few motorcycles have more instantly recognizable and iconic designs, and the GSX1300R Hayabusa stunned the two-wheeled community when it was introduced in 1999. We've looked at its beginnings, the updates, the narratives, and the introduction of the third generation. Following the 1999 debut of the first Hayabusa at the Circuit de Catalunya, the headline in MCN read, "Suzuki sets new standards." The design challenge was straightforward: enter the hypersport motorbike industry and win. And the Hayabusa, a peregrine falcon, a bird of prey that can dive at a top speed of 200 miles per hour and feeds on blackbirds, got that. Did precisely that. With its flowing lines intended to make it as aerodynamic as possible, the Hayabusa made an impression the moment you laid eyes on it. This allowed it to cut through the air with ease. It was styled and designed with a purpose. At the launch in Spain, every possible superlative was used to describe it, and the assembled press was at a loss for words to convey exactly how amazing it was. Yoshihiro-san, who headed the design for the initial project, explained his goals in this way: the concept of the first Hayabusa was to create an original and dominating impact with superior aerodynamics, as well as being the most powerful sports motorcycle. I designed it with the intention of getting attention, using a unique motorcycle design. The quickest production bike on the market was quickly hailed. Top speeds for the 500cc's GP race the previous year were recorded at the same spot on the track where they were recorded at the launch. The Hayabusa was only 5 miles per hour slower than the fastest prototype racer of the day at that spot on the straight, and it wasn't even flat out. At 7,000 RPMs, according to journalist Chris Moss, your arms feel like they're about to be wrenched out of their sockets, and Bridgestone created a brand new set of tires called the BT56J to handle the power by giving the Hayabusa a larger contact patch when leaning over and more stability at high. Yuichi Nakashima, a test rider for Suzuki, said of the original Hayabusa, "I can say the Hayabusa's engine feels so overwhelmingly powerful and finely tuned that there is nothing like it. After riding it, you won't want to ride another motorcycle." Just one experience of the Hayabusa's powerful acceleration from low to high speeds and its nimble handling will have you hooked. The bike was acclaimed for more than just its incredible power. The Hayabusa was more than just a road-legal missile thanks to the sleek, 1299cc's inline four-cylinder engine. It was also a user-friendly, practical motorcycle with the power to condense continents. You won't find a more torquey, rider-friendly engine, according to Martin Child of Bike Magazine. I completed 2 laps in top gear, which saw everything from 30 miles per hour hairpins to the freedom of the straight, and the bike pulled cleanly, Child said. The torque was instant and free-flowing. It was content to travel at highway speeds for extended distances or for a leisurely Sunday ride. Additionally, it handled well, with the chassis and agility rounding out the Hayabusa's strong points. The Hayabusa became an instant hit and eventually attained cult status. It was, and still is, the go-to weapon for people who enjoy going fast, and drag strips have since become their second home. Additionally, it was easily customizable, leading to many people deciding to add unique touches to their Hayabusa. Jack Frost, the owner of Holeshot Racing, has spent years trying to break world speed records while also lending a hand to others. But more than any other model, he has completed both on Hayabusas. I bought a Hayabusa as soon as they were released in 1999, as I have always said to people over the years. I rode it standard to break it in, and it was a great bike. Furthermore, they handle better than one might expect. It's simple to ride quickly and rack up the miles. But it was by far the most potent stock bike I had ever driven, making it an easy choice to convert to a turbo bike. After a few months of tinkering with mine, we were able to achieve 350 bhp and a top speed of 228 miles per hour while using pump petrol and many common parts. After a few more adjustments, we clocked a mile time of 257.4 miles per hour. Turbochargers for Hayabusas quickly gained popularity, and at Holeshot Racing, we sold hundreds of turbo kits all over the world. The Busa, however, has a fantastic engine, as Suzuki is known for, and this is seen by how long the vehicle remained unchanged until 2008. The long-standing partnership between Suzuki GB and Radical, a sports and racing vehicle manufacturer, is another evidence of the durability and power of the Hayabusa power unit. Since 2000, Radical has built a variety of sports and racing cars employing Hayabusa engines, including the SR8 RX race car's V8 engine, which is based on the Hayabusa platform. The United States saw the greatest growth in the custom scene, with the Hayabusa rising to the top of the list of stylish motorcycles and becoming a favorite among athletes and musicians. It was the motorcycle of choice for custom shops across the USA, acting as a moving billboard for the potential of the custom builder thanks to its instantly recognizable bodywork, extensive list of aftermarket parts, interchangeable Suzuki components, and silky smooth, powerful, and easily tunable engine. Up to a major redesign on the 2008 model, it was largely unchanged in the early years save from an upgraded ECU, new fuel injection settings, and front suspension. However, 8 years after the original Hayabusa made its premiere in Spain, it returned with a splash when it was unveiled at the Salzburgring in Austria in September 2007. The engine's displacement was raised to 1340 cc's, and improvements included new, lighter, and stronger engine internals, a reworked gearbox, and an engine with greater torque over the entire RPM range. And a new, curved radiator helped keep the engine cool by handling the additional heat and power. Wind tunnel testing for the 2008 model focused on design improvements aimed at redesigning wind protection for the rider, while remaining true to the original design and iconic styling. The newest 4x2x1x2 exhaust system featured a new oxygen sensor used by the engine management system to increase combustion efficiency by adjusting the amount of fuel injected into the cylinders, both when the rider was fully tucked in and while seated normally. The movement of air over and around them was improved. The front and rear suspension, brakes, frame, and wheels were all modified. The MCN senior road tester at the time, Adam Child, wrote, "The word legendary is overused. So is iconic. But both typify Suzuki's Hayabusa." It was quickly hailed as the rebirth of a legend. Prior to being named project-wide head engineer, Chief Engineer Hiroshi Io worked on the original Hayabusa's engine. The Hayabusa really stands out and apart from other ultimate sport bikes, and its consummate form follows the function of the bike's aerodynamic characteristics. Plus, its optimal balance and motion control translate into the ease of handling that you experience when actually riding the bike. When we were refining the design for the second generation, the team placed top priority on improving its already legendary aerodynamic efficiency. The Salzburgring, with its two long straights, flat-out kinks, and quick corners, was the ideal course for the Hayabusa's reintroduction. And here it was again, some 10 years after the first model astounded the assembled motorcycle reporters. After it was introduced in 1999, it was back to reinforce its position at the top, and Bike Magazine's Simon Hargreaves agonized over finding a defect in his analysis before admitting, "The 2008 Hayabusa has me perplexed since I honestly cannot think of a single thing wrong with it." 5 more years later, the front end was blessed with Brembo monoblock front calipers, which are more solid and lighter than traditional bolt-together calipers and provide the rider with better input. Additionally, high-performance, lightweight ABS was included to better match stopping power to the available traction. Additionally, it comes with brand new Bridgestone BT015 tires that were created especially for the Hayabusa. The Hayabusa's place shifted farther into high-speed comfort as GSXR1000s and GSXR1000RS advanced the supersport game with quicker engines and better handling. The Hayabusa, which already had a bowstring in its quiver, was the perfect vehicle for covering long distances quickly, comfortably, and with reliable performance. But after 2018, the Hayabusa vanished from European model lineups due to stricter emissions rules taking effect. However, a new version was introduced in February 2021. The third generation Hayabusa was present, keeping all of its best qualities while also receiving improvements. The new Hayabusa has over 550 new parts, a heavily redesigned engine with new pistons, conrods, crankshaft, and camshaft, making it the fastest launching Hayabusa yet, and a full complement of electronics with IMU-governed ABS and traction control, cruise control, and more. The new hyperbike also uses a similarly iconic and distinctive Hayabusa aerodynamic silhouette and styling. The motorcycle industry has changed since the Hayabusa was discontinued in Europe, and not just because of the tighter emissions rules. The Hayabusa no longer felt the need to pursue peak power figures. Instead, propulsion was the key. Even powerful GSX-RS can't match the Hayabusa shove at the bottom end, and the third generation Hayabusa has an even fatter torque curve, providing a wider spread of power in the lower rev ranges, which makes building speed effortless. Leader sports bikes produce more peak power, but even those can't compete with the Hayabusa shove at the bottom end. The electronics division, however, has undergone the most significant upheaval. The new Hayabusa is equipped with a sophisticated suite of technologies, giving you access to everything you could possibly need or want to travel long distances in ease. However, it also refrains from using technology merely for its own sake. As a result, it could be launched with an RRP of $16,499 as well, guaranteeing that it would continue to be an extremely expensive bike. Together, these events indicate that the Hayabusa saga will continue and that a new chapter will be written. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you on our next video.